Bethany here and welcome to my channel. Today is Try It Tuesday and I am going to be doing sublimation. Once again, I have not done sublimation for a little while, mostly paper craft, but this project actually was filmed a couple of months ago and I'm finally able to release it because I believe everyone has received their bags and a few people happen to follow my channel and I didn't want to, no pun intended, maybe too much intended, let the cat out of the bag. So I have here on my Cricut mat white Glitter HTV. I got it from 143 Vinyl, and I am basically, I have my image set up in Photoshop that I've already printed on sublimation paper, and I am going to now cut out an outline of that image on my Cricut design space. I'm not going to show you the computer side of this, mostly because I have not worked out the kinks myself. So I'm just going to show you, I put the Glitter HTV carrier side down, so the shiny side down on the mat, and then I'm going to go ahead and cut it. Once it is cut, you will see that I have my canvas 100% cotton bag set up on my Cricut press mat, and I have my easy press over here set at 310 degrees for 10 seconds. One thing that is super important to do is you want the flattest surface possible to put your HTV down on. So the best thing is, while your easy press is heating up or your press is heating up, you want to actually press out all the moisture in the bag, but also press out as many wrinkles as possible in the bag so that you're not creating potential places for your HTV or whatever you're pressing onto the bag to lift off. You definitely do not want to forget to lint roll the bag before you put anything down. The reason being is lint can get in between your HTV and your bag. That being said, you want to do as good of a job as you can, knowing that you're probably not going to get it all. But it's nice to have everything pressed and lint rolled. Then you know you are ready to put the HTV on. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to place my Glitter HTV, and I'm going to take a ruler and I'm going to pick 4 points, top, bottom, left, right, and figure out my placement, and then I'm going to jot down each of the individual measurements from the edges of the bags. The reason being that I'm doing this is when it's not a squared image or is, has a straight line in a specific spot, this helps me make sure that my top is always a certain amount of inches from the top of the bag. My lefts and rights are roughly the same each direction, and my point here at the bottom is the same as well. Now that I have everything lined up, I'm ready to go ahead and press. So a medium to firm pressure at the 310 for 10 seconds. And one important thing you want to know is, yes, you're going to remove the carrier sheet when it's mostly warm, but you want to make sure that your image has enough time to cool. So I'm going to let this sit for a little while before I attempt to even tape down my sublimation image. While I'm waiting for it to cool down though, I am going to go ahead and fussy cut out the image itself. I'm going to leave a little bit of a border because it makes me slightly nervous if I were to cut directly to the edge. I fear that I might take some of the ink off or make it uneven. My lines are uneven, so I'm not even going to mess with it, but I'm going to cut it down enough that I can line it up easily with the Glitter HTV outline image. So it's cooled fully, and I have my nifty heat tape dispenser, and so I am just going to pick 4 points on the image that I'm going to tape it down to make sure that I am able to adjust should I need to adjust, but also to check all the edges and corners and make sure I get everything. Now, one thing I will note, this image I probably should have sized slightly smaller because my heat press is right at the edge of the image itself. So I am pressing, hoping that I place my press at the exact right spot. I am going to set my heat press to 360 degrees Fahrenheit for 75 seconds. The reason it is at 360 versus 400, which seems to be the standard when pressing on a Glitter HTV, is that this is the Easy Press Original. So the highest heat it can go to is 360. And then I have some parchment paper. And then I also have the Teflon sheet, and then I'm going to go ahead and press, making sure I am pressing medium to firm. That seems to be the best for my situation. Some people need to be just about medium, some light to medium. I have done a lot of test runs to get to this point, so that's just what works for me. You will have to experiment no matter what your system or setup to find what works best for you. Now you won't be able to see it because my big head got in the way, but I did check the edges and I found that the press did not cover the entire image. So the unicorn horn at the top was not fully pressed. So what I'm going to do is I heat up my Cricut mini press and I've set it to the middle setting, so not stupid hot, but not the lowest. And basically what I'm going to do is I'm going to create that sandwich again, but strictly keeping it right where that image did not finish pressing. And I'm going to just press it until I feel like it's complete. With the mini press, I never really have a timer set because most often it does the work faster just because it's more compact. I don't know why. I can't tell you the science behind it. I'm sure someone has figured it out though. But I have pressed it and it looks good now. So now I'm going to go ahead and add the last layer. This last layer is the title of the group that this is for. And I am just using standard HTV from HTV Runt. And I am going to press it with my mini press. Once again, no real time frame for it, but I'm going to keep it on the medium heat setting. And I'm going to still use my sandwich. And I did use a ruler to line it up. So I'm using the same style of sandwich for the mini Easy Press. And I'm going to move it around a little bit. Why? Because it's HTV. It's not like Sublimation where you will end up with ghosting if you move your press. This is HTV. It's going to bend and move with the material. And then once I feel like it's completely done, I'm going to go ahead and remove the carrier. You can wait to let it cool a little bit. I am impatient at this point because I want to see how well it did. And there is the first completed bag, and now I only have 9 more to go. Funny story, I went to go press the rest of the bags, all of the Glitter HTV. I'm going to speed all of that up so you don't have to watch me meticulously line all 9 pieces of Glitter HTV up. I did my first layer just fine, but when it came to pressing the Sublimation image onto the HTV, my Cricut Easy Press decided it was time to stop working. So this job that should have taken only a few short hours really ended up taking more than a week, because then I had to go online, shop, figure out the best replacement heat press for my situation. I landed on an Amazon heat press, HTV Runt. I know I've mentioned them before, but I do like their products, and so I figured why not try to see if their heat press is just as good as Cricut. And guess what? I do like it. It works great. A few things a little bit different in the terms of mechanics of it. A few things I'll have to get used to, but for the most part it's slightly larger. It has grips on the side, which is really nice when you want to put extra firm pressure. So now that I have all of the rest of the images sublimated with my new press, I can't call it an easy press anymore. It's really easy to say easy press. Now I'm going to go ahead and do the rest of the titles with my Cricut mini press and get that all done. This is what 10 bags of sublimated on Glitter HTV looks like. I couldn't be more thrilled. Even though this is not my first time using Sublimation and Glitter HTV, this was my first time using someone else's image to do it. And so that made me a little bit extra nervous that I might screw it up. But thank you for watching today's tutorial. I hope you learned a little bit and you had some fun. And I will keep links down below if I can for the small amount of materials I used for this project. And also thank you to Elizabeth for allowing me to share my journey in creating these amazing products for her and for Pam. And I hope you will all check out my store links below, our other family channel links below as well. And I hope you have a wonderful day. Thanks for watching. Happy making. Bye. Hold on, my son is talking louder than me. Quiet on set. Now I'm trying to find my temperature time. Temperature time. I think that's it. Okay. So my son is getting loud because it's bottle time. And pick 4 anchors.